Hello guys, as I promised, today is the review for one of my most anticipated games of the year, Assassin's Creed 3. So I'm gonna make this, I'm not sure if they're gonna be spoilers or not, but just put a spoiler warning there. I might discuss some key plot points, I'm not sure, since I don't use scripts, so yeah, let's do this. So first off, the story. The story in Assassin's Creed 3, in Connor's terms, and just Connor's story, is amazing. It is really showing how the American revolutionaries are just rising up against the British reign or something. Even though some people might say that whether the Americans are the good guys or the bad guys, or the British are the good guys or the bad guys, don't question it. Just say the Americans are the good guys for this particular story, and if you really get something interesting. As at the same time, Connor is fighting with himself, and what I did like about Connor a lot, he is a lot more relatable than Ezio and Altair. Altair from the start, he's a badass. He's probably the best assassin in the world. He really knows how to handle things the right way, but we didn't get any character development. He was just badass, then badass again. Ezio started out as some prick brat, then he became better. Connor, however, is the most relatable, because in the end, Ezio became a perfect assassin. He was everything a badass was, and he still had the class, and he still had the character development. Connor, however, even in the end, he still has a lot of issues, and that makes him more relatable, because humans aren't perfect. So Connor is a lot of a more relatable character than Ezio and Altair. And again, what I didn't like about Connor's character as well is sometimes he can be a little prick. I just don't like. Sometimes it annoys me. It really annoys me sometimes. But overall, the story is really great. Oh, I said gay. Oh my god. The story is really great. It's an amazing story. Especially it shows how rise, revolution, everything is up. Everything's on the line. It's amazing. There are some heartfelt moments, and there's a fucking huge twist in the beginning. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's a fucking big twist. I don't think anyone saw that coming. I think sequence 3 or 4, I don't remember. Probably at the end of sequence 3, something big happens and you will not see that coming. I've talked to all my friends who played this game, they did not see that shit coming. That was amazing. Look at the gameplay. They changed a lot in the gameplay of Assassin's Creed 3, which I generally expected, because they changed a lot in the main entries, which is 1, 2, and 3. And they changed a lot in the gameplay. Now, instead of a clunky lock-on system, now it's just automatic. Where when you get into a battle and enemies surround you, now it's just automatic. You're automatically locked on, ready to fight. You can run away at any time, which works well because now everyone has guns, so it makes it a lot more hardcore and more badass. But sometimes things do get clunky when I'm climbing on a rooftop. Sometimes when you're chasing an enemy down, and then there's like a haystack right next to it. Sometimes you'll jump into the haystack, which makes some frustrating moments. And the pacing in some of the missions are a little bit off, in my opinion. Like sometimes it goes from this easy to you just get to ridiculously hard. And I like there to be a build-up when it gets to difficulty. There's nothing wrong with hard games, because you know how much I love the Souls series. There's nothing wrong with hard games. It's just you need build-up. You need it's going up, but sometimes in Assassin's Creed 3, and my main problem with all the other Assassin's Creed as well, is that it goes from really easy, then just goes to extremely difficult in a matter of seconds. To me, it's not really good, in my opinion. And again, another complaint I have with this is the tutorial is really long, a lot longer than it needs to be. It teaches you how to hunt, all that stuff. All Assassin's Creed games have really long tutorials, and this might be the longest one. I think you have to get to sequence 6 for everything to be, that's when you'll be happy. That's when you'll probably be happy to stop. And sequence 6 is like halfway. There are 12 sequences. You're halfway there. That's where it starts. I think you really have to pack one sequence as the tutorial instead of 6. So yeah. And not many complaints in terms of gameplay. It's still incredibly fun game. I was hooked to it since it came out on October 30. Yeah, October 30. Now, let's look at the graphics. The graphics of Assassin's Creed 3 are absolutely stunning. It is the best looking Assassin's Creed game to date, and might be one of the best looking games ever. I had a very similar feeling, in a cowboy game called Red Dead Redemption. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's a very similar feeling in my opinion, so there's that. Next is the sound. The score in this game is absolutely beautiful. I didn't like the main theme too much as it sounded too dubstep-ish, but then that other theme is just amazing. I think it's going to be playing now. The other theme that you hear, usually in the battles and when you're running away from enemies, it's just amazing. It's a beautiful theme, beautiful score. I'm not sure who composed it, but to whoever composed it, you're a fucking genius. Good luck. Good luck with your next game, whoever you are. Now, look at the multiplayer. The multiplayer of Assassin's Creed 3 is the same as we had in Brotherhood and Revelations. In it, it's very unique, but sometimes it does get a little bit clunky. And yes, everything's still good, but the star of the show is still Manhunt. Yeah. Now I'm talking about the main problems I have with the game. Sometimes there are a lot of technical issues in this game. This game has a degree of sloppiness that the other Assassin's Creed games have actually avoided. There's a lot. This is the glitchiest Assassin's Creed game to date. And sometimes the game did crash on me, and maybe this did not happen to 360 users, but it did happen to me. I played this game on PS3, and the game crashed on me several occasions, especially when battles got big, it crashed. The frame rate drops in a lot of big battle missions, especially in the naval sections. And yes, I forgot to mention for gameplay, the naval sections are fun as hell. They're definitely one of the stars of the show. I really wish they added more the naval sections. I know there are side missions for that, but in the main story, the naval fighting is amazing. It was fun as hell. It felt like the greatest Star Trek game ever made, even though it wasn't. This is the closest thing we're going to get to a good Star Trek game. Wow, how retarded was that statement? But I'm just going to... Back to the graphics. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, why not? Yeah. And there are a lot of technical issues in this game. And that's about it. Look at the overall. Overall, Assassin's Creed 3 is a great game. A definite success. My god, I am failing. A definite success in terms of gameplay, story, graphics, music. It's just a masterpiece in my opinion. And even though with all these problems I stated that this game has a lot of technical issues, in the end all I was thinking about is the amazing gameplay, the amazing story, the amazing graphics, the amazing score. This great characters, it's just amazing. And then again, there is the ending, which is open to a lot of interpretation, speculation, and a lot of people seem to hate it. I might do a video on that separately, because it's very similar to the Mass Effect 3 ending, where you have to do a video separately for that. So I might do, it deserves its own video. I'm saying that in a good or bad way. I'll find out what I think about it in the video. So overall, even all the flaws I mentioned, Assassin's Creed 3 is a perfect 10 out of 10.